for you, what's the drive beyond? What was the genesis of the idea to get this platform going, and why do you continue to do it? Because I think the reasons we continue to do things are oftentimes as important, if not more, than why we got started in the first place. Because this is an awesome platform. You asked different kinds of questions today that I haven't been asked. So it was. I know this is like a standout thing for me. I'm really happy to be on this episode, and I probably talked a lot, but there were great questions that you asked that you don't even think about. You got me to really think about really deep things. I feel like I'm a deep thinker, but
absolutely,
you seem to do this with a lot of your guests. So what was the drive for you?
So anyone that knows me, let's go backwards, right? Like, I'm a natural introvert. So I've always been very observant. Whether I was in school, I could be in a classroom. I've had this conversation. I could observe people. I could observe their actions and how they treat others and how they interact with others. And I would have an idea of who they are. But I also had a lot of questions in my mind that I would always ask, and eventually it would come outward, right? But being introverted, you're better with the one-on-one conversation. So like a lot of the questions I'm asking are very cerebral. Like, it's not just the surface level, like, why did you do this? Or tell me more about your business. It's going a little bit deeper into the mindset. And for me, Beyond the Legacy started as a passion project because of my relationship with sports. I used to work for the NBA with the NBA legends, the NBA alumni, for 9+ years. Wow. So when I was working with professional athletes, what I took away from that was the storytelling. It was the relationships. It was having so many uncles and big brothers that were family to me, having aunts and, sisters that were part of those families, that were part of this amazing family of hundreds and hundreds of a basketball community. So when I looked at that and I walked away from that space and I was in a different space, I missed it. Right. I didn't miss the corporate side. I missed the communication, the storytelling, the words of wisdom. I grew so much in my 20s and 30s being in that space. To me, I just said, I couldn't replicate that anywhere. No corporate job would have gave me that type of foundation, build my character, provide the accountability that space did for me. So while I was working in corporate, I said, I have to build something to keep those relationships alive. So I did that. So when Beyond the Legacy launched, it was really about storytelling with the athletes. Like, the conversations I would have with these athletes on the phone, I'm like, how amazing it would be if we could share this on video? And they go, well, there's certain things we can't share, obviously, on video. I'm like, I understand that, but it would be amazing if we can get the human, the actual human side to them, not the athlete, not the why they were an amazing collegiate athlete, why they were an All-American. All of that is searchable, right, in terms of those facts. But understanding who shaped them, understanding why family was important to them, understanding who were the mentors and coaches that guided them. Maybe they didn't have the family structure at home. Understanding those whys were important to me. But then what happened is Beyond the Legacy is deeper than just sports. I didn't want to turn into the Players Tribune or something that's amazing that features athletes. I just said my community is deeper than that. I have people that are in all walks of life. Attorneys, accountants, look at you, like Master Malarkey. It's look like this is there's so many people like Catherine that that 6 degrees of separation, she's in that space that you're in. So this community is deep. It is rich with knowledge, and I wanted to create a repository of knowledge. So in terms of this repository, it's being able to capture the things that we talk about today in playlists on YouTube is going to be important to me. So it's not going to be just like my conversation with Greg and his collection. Some of those are segmented into other playlists around words of wisdom, around single parents, around other themes, right? And it's the same thing with our conversation. So to me, I said, don't think about what's happening today. Let's check back in 12 months and you'll see the repository of content I've collected from conversations from friends, athletes, family, etc. So to me, that is the genesis of Beyond the Legacy. It's storytelling, it's community, it's words of wisdom, it's inspiration, and to me, it provides hope.
I love it. It's like It sounds very similar. I think our platforms both resonate and align in the sense that we're trying to do what we can to leave something behind longer than we will be around.
Correct.
If that's right on your end, I know I definitely feel like that's the case here, and I like that about you. It's like material wears out, but someone later will be able to find these conversations. Even my kids, right? Like be able to be like, oh, I can watch my dad talk today, as opposed to just listen to him or just remember him. You can actually find us, at a time where we may not be here anymore. So I really like this aspect in the way you segment your clips too. You have really good editing, obviously, and you also have really good ideas that are really, like you said, cerebral. I think that was the best way that I heard you put it. Very cerebral, because these are not. I hop on a lot of podcasts, and this is not those. I'm grateful to hop on any platform and have the opportunity to speak. But it's different when you have to think about an answer that you haven't thought of, that have it preformed and ready to go when someone asks you on the spot. So